All right, step number 31. Woohoo! Motor mount time. Okay, first things first. We are going to mount the transmission front output cup onto the short shaft hanging out the front here. We've done this before, so it's pretty straightforward. This portion has the threaded hole, and this is not threaded, so we're going to point the threaded hole towards us, line it up with the hole in the shaft, and insert the pin. Now this is the shorter of the two pins. There are two of them. If you grab the longer one, you will be wrong. We're going to put a little bit of Loctite on there, or thread locker, if you will. Don't want to copyright infringe on any names. Put that little puppy in, get her screwed down tight. And that one you can torque in a little bit. Feels like it's trying to bind up a little bit. Not sure why. It's actually not bad. Actually, it's not binding up. It's just the restriction of the grease in there. Okay. Thought we had a problem, but we don't. Okay. So, back to where we were. We're going to hold the transmission in this position here. Here's the two bottom mounting plates. So it's going to go this way with the taller post towards the top, the longer one, and the cup towards the bottom. Let's take the motor mount. You can see that it is got some protrusions on this side and is flat on this side. Okay, we're going to hold the flat side out, and we will match up the holes here. This is going to slide over. The cutouts are going to match up down in here, and it's going to click into place like that. And we are going to put two screws in, and we're going to put these two in here. The picture is kind of weird, but these are the two screws we're going to put in. And screw them down. Magnetic tips. Okay, I'm going to follow that up by hand just to make sure that they are actually tight. And don't strip them out. Okay, all important. We got thread lock all over our directions in a previous step, so we're not going to repeat that. Okay, now we are going to take the cover, which is AX31023-1. The hole here, going to line up with the shaft here, and these three holes line up with these three holes here. And it's easy to get. This little dimple here helps line it up in that direction. And once that snaps into place, we'll put three screws in. Just dialed back the head on there because I was trying to put them in too tight. Okay, we are now done with destructions number 31. Trying to see, it looks like that might be rubbing a little bit here. Bend that up out of the way a little bit, and we're all good. The good thing about this is if it's rubbing, it'll just wear itself out of the way, which is all good. Okay, everything's still moving nice and free, and we're all good. On to the next step. We're traveling back in our magic time machine from the future here. So you can see what this is starting to look like later on in the build because we made another mistake. So I use a magnetic tray, okay, and I lift up on the magnetic tray, and what is underneath but this. And this says, use aluminum slipper pad only. Do not use the red slipper pads. So, don't use the red slipper pads that you're about to see in the next step. You're going to use these metal ones. So, back from the future here. And again, this is where we're at now. So you can see that we actually are building it. Looking nice. Okay, back to regular scheduled programming. Okay, it is slipper building time. Cinderella gets to put on her magic slippers. It's actually very easy. It looks like there's a lot of parts and things to slip over and in and out and on, but it's pretty easy. Start with this unit here, which is the back plate. And you can see it's oblonged, and that will slip over the shaft just like that. Then we're going to take this metal plate, and on mine I can feel that there's a sharp edge. One of the edges is rounded and the other one has a sharp lip on it. Let's put that sharp lip towards the back. We're going to do that so it doesn't cut into our slipper pads. Okay, go ahead and grab your 68 tooth gear, and I have wiped mine off with denatured alcohol to get any of the molding greases off of it. And we're going to stick on the slipper pads. There's a little tape cover on there. You get one shot at this, so make sure you do it right. It's going to slip inside the little design on there. Make sure your hands are clean. You don't want to get oils or greases on the pad. Make sure that's pressed on. We're going to do it for the other side as well. Make sure it's down in there properly. There we go. Now, as tricky as this may seem, we have AX3100-7, which is a little plastic bushing, and I believe that is the same exact size as a 511-4 bearing. This is not in the directions, it's not included in the kits, it is just something that I do. I'm going to put that plastic bushing, or the Fast Eddie bearing size 511-4 on there. Then we're going to drop the slipper gear over. Then we're going to take the other metal plate, and again, feel for the sharp edge and the round edge. The round edge we want to go towards the pad. Then we're going to pop on the other slipper back plate, just like that. And then we have this teeny little tiny little spacer, which is AX31001-4. Not to be confused with 000-4. Boy, why did my white balance on the camera change all of a sudden? Now it looks all purple. I'm going to slide that over the shaft. Boy, that white balance bothers me. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Oh well. Okay, so once that's done, we are going to take the spring and we are going to break the spring in before we put it on. It kind of keeps it from getting too much of a false setting, because they can loosen up a little bit. So we just like to break them in a little. Just habits from long ago. And that slips over that little spacer. Then we're going to take the metal 411 by 1 millimeter washer, and then the nylock nut. And how far are we going to screw this on is the question. And it can always be set later. So we are going to screw it on, I don't know, about that far. It's not really saying anywhere in here. Oh, here we go. See, slipper adjustment page 50. 33, 41, 47. Okay, looks like stock. We have 2 millimeters from the screw till the end. So we want 2 millimeters here. So let's just, I'm gonna hold the wheel or the spur with my finger as we tighten this. You know, that's funny, 2 millimeters, man, that's pretty much all the way down. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down, and I'm gonna back it off by, I don't know, let's say 1/2 one turn. I'm gonna back it off by 1 turn. We'll adjust that later on. If you need more slipper action, then you can adjust it to where you need it. Okay, that is it. Again, we put on moving parts, so let's make sure that nothing is binding. Everything's nice and smooth, and we're rocking and rolling. There we go.